Hi, my name is Joel Jaffe, Director of Sales and Marketing at Backun Musical Services, and I'm going to be responsible for giving you a tour of our facility. Come with me. Chances are when you call Backun Musical Services or visit us in person, the first person you're going to meet is Sonia, our office administrator. Sonia is responsible for answering the phones and making sure that everything here runs smoothly and efficiently. This area is the sales and marketing area. Not a lot of people are here right now. Some are on vacation. Others are downstairs filling orders. We'll meet them as we go along. Let's go. One of the truly special places at Backun Musical Services is the Wes Foster Library. Come on in. Wes Foster was the principal clarinet at the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. Not only that, but he was mainly responsible for requesting, shall we say, the first Backun barrel. See, the story behind this is that 14 years ago, Wes brought in a clarinet that was missing a barrel. And what did Maury Backun do but make him a special barrel for his clarinet? Years later, we have Backun Musical Services and this library dedicated to Wes, not only with all of his music, but with other resources dedicated specifically to woodwind artists. We hope that if you get the chance, you'll visit us and come and play in this room. Also, of primary importance to us is our Wall of Fame. You'll see many, many pictures as we walk down this hall. Many of these artists are world-renowned, but not only that, everybody that plays a Backun product is a Backun artist. And that means that you too can have your picture up on this wall. Shh. This is Alyssa's office. Alyssa is responsible for all of the finance at Backun Musical Services. She's our company controller. Hello. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi, Joel.
Just on my tour today. I'm going to take a snack as usual, and we'll see you later.
Have fun.
Thanks. Next is Jeremy's office. Jeremy is responsible for all of the engineering, manufacturing, and production of all of our products, including the Alpha, Protege, and MoBa clarinet lines. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing very well. What you working on today?
Mouthpieces today.
Mouthpieces today. We're going to see some of the mouthpieces down on the machines later. Meanwhile, we'll let Jeremy do what he does and get out of here.
See you later.
Thanks, Jer. All right. The next office we're going to visit is Maury's. Come with me. Here we go. Hey, Maury.
Hey, Joel.
How's it going?
Fine.
What
you?
The usual. Just doing our tour. What you working on?
Hi, everybody. Just finishing a Cocobolo MoBa B flat with gold keys. So at the moment, I'm just checking all of the tensions to make sure that everything is within our specification, so that the keys will feel the way we want them to when the player gets them. Using a tension gauge for that, and hopefully at the end of the process, it should feel great.
So one of the great things that Maury does in his office, aside from running the business,
eating, basically changing, no shower, unfortunately.
But Maury's also doing the R&D for our projects. So whether it's a Backun or MoBa clarinet, a Protege or Alpha, he's working on the designs, the specifications, and all of the requirements for production before Jeremy takes over and takes it downstairs. We're going to see that in a minute. Thanks, Maury.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Probably one of the coolest areas of our shop is definitely the assembly room. Come on in and I'll show you how things work in here. Now, it looks kind of small, but this is only one of several assembly areas that we have at Backun Musical Services. This room is specifically dedicated to the professional clarinets and the fine-tuning of our Protege and Alpha clarinets. You can see some of our stock that we have that's ready to go out to our dealers and distributors, as well as the beautiful Vancouver weather. Yoli's working on several of our Alpha clarinets, doing wipe and pack as well as the fine-tuning and adjustments before they go out. And Carolyn over here is working on a Backun Cocobolo clarinet with silver keys. The next part that we're going to see is our playtesting and wipe and pack areas. Follow me right this way. We're in another one of our assembly areas. This area is specifically responsible for the grommeting and posting of several of our clarinets, as well as the woodworking tools that you see on the wall that we use for R&D and prototyping of new woodwind instruments, including our Backun Protégé clarinet in Cocobolo with gold keys. Pretty nice, and I'd love to show you more, but we have other areas to see. Come with me. This is one of the areas that we play test our instruments. Every Backun instrument is play tested before it goes out the door to make sure that the quality of craftsmanship is absolutely superior and will meet all of your expectations. In this room, Nina's trying out one of our clarinets. Hey Nina.
Hi.
What are you up to?
I'm just testing an Alpha Rose Gold.
Alpha Rose Gold, pretty nice. Nina's responsible for the sales and marketing of our educational streams. That includes elementary schools, high schools, colleges, universities, and postgraduate programs. Thanks for the tour, Nina.
No problem.
All right, we'll see you later.
See you later.
Follow me to one of the other assembly areas. Here, Diane's working on a MoBa Cocobolo clarinet with gold keys. Pretty nice, isn't it? Thanks, Diane. We'll see you later. Here, we're in the receiving area for our Backun Alpha and Protégé clarinets. What does receiving mean, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Receiving means that it comes out of production and prepares to go into inventory. Here, we do all of our quality control, we do our wipe and pack, and make sure that the clarinets are just as you ordered. You're seeing some of our Backun Alpha clarinets. These models happen to be in nickel. We keep these covers on them to protect all the instruments, not only from the dust, but also humidity, which is controlled in this production environment. Let's take a look further. Hi! This is one of two inventory areas within our company. This area is primarily responsible for the Backun Alpha and Protégé lines, where we take them from receiving, where they're finished production, brought into wipe and pack, then put into inventory and onto the shelves to be sent out to dealers and distributors just like yourself. As always, we truly appreciate your business. We're on the second floor of our manufacturing facility. We're about to go downstairs and talk about the wood that we have as well as the manufacturing process, including all of our cool CNC machines. But first, Jeremy wants to talk to you a little bit about the blanks that we use, including all the raw wood materials that go into making our Backun clarinets. Jeremy?
Hi, I'm Jeremy Backun, General Manager here at Backun Musical Services, and this is the back warehouse. And in the back warehouse is where all of our raw, exotic hardwood is stored. And our wood that's brought in is brought in as manufactured wood blanks. What is a blank, you might ask? A blank is actually how we get our wood sent to us here at the factory. It can come in the form of a barrel, a bell, or an upper and lower joint to manufacture the various parts of the clarinet that we have here. These are Grenadilla blanks. These are Cocobolo blanks. The wood that we use here at Backun Musical Services is ethically and sustainably harvested. Is this your next clarinet?
I love wood. I mean, really, look at the quality of this wood. This is one of our Grenadilla barrel blanks. You can see here one of our pallets fully loaded with thousands and thousands of pieces. Exactly 2,880 pieces on this pallet. Here we're going to take it all the way down, and I'm going to show you some of the other areas. More barrel blanks, and here are the top joints made in Grenadilla. One of the processes that we do here with our uniquely aged woods that we age in-house is to bring them in and turn them down, gun drill them, and let them rest. What does that do? It stabilizes the wood to make sure that the quality throughout the entire manufacturing process is the highest it can possibly be. Let's go on. I'm going to show you some more as we go. You're seeing top and bottom joints all prepared before they go into the manufacturing area. We're going to get there in a sec, but I want to show you some more of the wood that we have in stock. We're going to go around the corner here and we're going to take a look at some really cool bell blanks. Here are our ethically and sustainably harvested woods, including the bell blanks in Grenadilla that we're going to use to make many of your instruments. The parts come waxed from our suppliers in Africa, specifically to protect the integrity of the wood. We don't dye or color any of our woods. Everything is as natural as it can possibly be. Why? Because quality is the most important thing in Backun Musical. That's what we deliver every day. I also want to show you some of our Cocobolo pieces. Let's go over here. You see these pallets that are brought in. These are Cocobolo bell blanks that are going to be cut and made into the Backun, MoBa, and Protege bells that you see, as well as many of our accessories that are shown throughout the world. Here are the long pieces for clarinet, B flat, and A Cocobolo bodies. So why do we have one full piece of Cocobolo that turns into a clarinet rather than small top and bottom joints? The reason is simple. Here at Backun Musical, we want to make sure that the musical integrity and the quality of the wood is straight all the way through your clarinet. So from one piece, we make not only the top joint, but the bottom joint and the barrels to make sure that your clarinet is as beautiful as it can possibly be. But I want to show you one more thing. Don't tell Maury. Something that we don't talk about often at Backun Musical Services are some of the other clarinets and instruments and accessories that could be coming down the pipe sometime soon, like perhaps Backun bass clarinets. That's why we keep an extra large stock of beautiful fine-aged woods that we age not only in-house, but from our distributors overseas to make sure that the finest quality materials go into making your Backun clarinets. Who knows, you might see a bass clarinet or E-flat clarinet sometime soon. Next is production, one of the coolest areas of the shop. Come with me and we'll see all the magic. All right, we're on our way to the production facility. Here, I'm going to show you some of the manufacturing of our barrels, bells, and clarinets right this way. The wood shop. This is where the magic happens. Now, I'd knock on the door, but chances are they're not going to hear us. Why? You're about to see in a second. Here we go. 15 CNC machines, computer numeric controlled machines, basically robotics. What do? They handcraft clarinets just for you. And I'm going to show you some of the machines so you get a better understanding of how we make our clarinets. Come this way. Here we're in one of several of our CNC manufacturing cells. What's a cell, you ask? It's several CNC machines operated by one CNC engineer. Here, he's turning Grenadilla blanks. These are for upper and lower joints into a turned body that's gun drilled and turned and then rested on our shelves. Pretty cool, isn't it? This is one of the machines that turns down the outer diameter of the body before we rest it to go on the shelf. You can see a lot of the Grenadilla shavings here. We have a lot of that all over the floor, but what we do is we keep it clean throughout the entire day, not only to make sure that our production facility is clean, but to make sure that we have the highest quality QC, quality control, in our shop. Let's go and see the rest. I'm in front of another one of our several lathes that we have within this manufacturing cell. What we're doing here is we're drilling the inner diameter of the bore. This is gun drilling to make sure that we can breathe the wood and that the quality maintains consistent while we're resting the wood on our shelves. Let's go to another machine. This is one of our CNC lathes. What it has is two spindles on the inside with multiple machining tools to make not only barrels and bells, but upper and lower joints too. See, what we do here is we run cells in multiple shifts a day. That includes 3 8-hour shifts running consecutively throughout the clock. So we have teams coming in and out to keep our manufacturing facility running at full speed every day. I won't get in the way too much of our manufacturing facility, but I want to show you one other area that I think is really cool to see. Let's talk about how we drill the tone holes of our clarinet bodies. Come with me. Here we're in another one of our manufacturing cells. What we're doing here is we're drilling the tone holes for one of our bodies. You can see a Cocobolo body in there. Now the lights are out and we do that to save energy. But this machine here is called the Robo Drill. And what the Robo Drill does is it has all of the tone holes and all the specific cutters that are specific to our design. Those tone holes turn on a multiple axis machine, specifically that A drive, to turn the bodies round as we're cutting into them. We have multiple machines here that do this. This is just one of them, but it's a pretty cool machine. Here I'm in front of the Doosan, one of 2 Korean machines that we use within the shop. The Doosan's primarily responsible for cutting tone holes and the bores on the bodies. You see one of our Cocobolo bodies here on the machine. Let's go on to another area. Hey, here's one of our cells that we're also working in polishing clarinet bodies. What we do here is we keep the body on the lathe. We're turning it around to polish it up. From start to finish, it looks pretty cool. I'd like to show you, but it's pretty proprietary. So let's move on to another area of the production facility, and I'll show you some of the other pieces that we're polishing, such as the bells, the barrels, and the upper and lower joints to make your Backun clarinet. Here, Henry's polishing a MoBa Cocobolo bell. Henry's been with us for 5 years. He's practically family. Steve is hand polishing some of our Grenadilla protege bodies. Matthew's polishing some of our bodies. See that red tape that's spinning really fast? That's there to protect the tone holes as the body's being polished. This is one of our multi-axis CNC machines. Specifically, it cuts our mouthpieces and metal parts on multiple angles from a primary and sub spindle. But Jeremy's going to talk more about that.
So after we're done the design process and prove everything out here, we then take it down to the manufacturing floor. So after the design process that we did upstairs, we come down to the control panel here on the machine and we input all of the code for that process right here. So the thing about our mouthpiece is, unlike other manufacturers, we don't use a pre-made mold for everything. We actually use a solid billet of material. So what that allows us to do is have complete control over all the geometry that is important on a mouthpiece. Tip, rails, the internal cavity. We have complete control with the multiple axes at our disposal in this machine right here.
What it does is it produces a high quality finish, a high quality part that's extremely consistent time and time again. This is our hand wash Swiss CNC machine. It manufactures intricate parts such as our posts, our rods, screws, and other parts that go into manufacturing the Backun, MoBa, Protege, and Alpha clarinets. Dave's going to discuss a little bit more about how this machine works.
This is our Swiss machine. It is highly accurate, like a Swiss watch. It allows us to manufacture in-house our posts and tubes.
Swiss watchmakers are renowned for their multitasking abilities, as they don't typically make watches on an assembly line. Each watchmaker makes the watch from start to finish, same with this machine. Always thinking about the environment, this machine is built to recycle all of the coolant used, as well as the metal scrap that is removed during the manufacturing process. This machine is equipped with a bar feed, a long piece attached to the right of the machine, giving it lights out capabilities, meaning it can run nearly 24 hours a day without an operator. After the parts have been machined, they roll onto the conveyor belt and then into the parts box. Typically, we run thousands of parts at once. Pretty cool, isn't it?
These are brass bits. Why do I mention it? Well, at Backun Musical Services, we recycle everything that we possibly can, from our metal scraps, to the wood, to the plastic, to the cardboard. We do this because we only have one planet and the environment counts. Engineering and quality control. Let's talk about how the clarinets are designed and how we quality control each and every piece that goes out the door. Welcome to engineering and quality control. This area is primarily responsible for not only the engineering of our clarinet parts, but making sure that our manufacturing process is running smoothly and the quality control is up to date with our specs. This is the optical comparator. What it does is it measures the parts that we've manufactured to make sure that they're exactly to specifications. We quality control every single piece that goes out our door to make sure the quality remains consistent throughout the entire process. Aerospace, medical, and other manufacturers use 3D printers to bring to life their designs. This is one of our 3D printing machines. What it does is it raises and lowers the table as the 3D printer goes over top, creating these pieces. Specifically, these are measuring rings, because at Backun Musical Services, we not only have CNC machines, but we also manufacture and custom make our own tooling to our requirements. This is the Stratasys, another 3D printer. This one's pretty cool, and I'm going to show you why. The Stratasys is capable of manufacturing and 3D printing whole clarinet barrels, bells, mouthpieces, top and bottom joints, so that we can play test them with many of our artists to prove out exactly what we're making. In fact, Corrado Giuffredi, one of the greatest clarinetists in the world, is going to play a piece just for you.
This is one we made on our three-dimensional printer. So this is actually printed in layers that are just several microns thick, not machined in the traditional way. Perfect.
I'm sitting at our QC table. This is one of several areas where we do quality control for all Backun instruments. Sometimes it's quality control on our specific designs and prototypes. Other times it's for full manufacturing. Here, we're doing quality control on the Backun Cocobolo Protégé bells. What do we use here in the QC room? Well, we use digital calipers, we have microscopes, we have measuring calipers, as well as height gauges to make sure that all of the parts that we manufacture here are extremely consistent and meet Backun standards. I'm here in front of a few of our laser engravers. What these do is engrave the Backun name and our serial numbers on all of our products. Specifically, here is a Protégé bell. You can see it right up front. No engraving. Once these pieces meet our highest quality standards, they get the Backun name laser engraved on each part. Then comes the serial number and finally into inventory. Let's take a look at that part next. Another stop on our tour is the inventory room. But first, I have to swipe to get into here because security is really important when you have high quality and very expensive parts. Surprise! Welcome to the inventory room. It's a clean, crisp environment in here that's humidity controlled. One of the greatest things we have in here are Backun products. We house all of our completed barrels, bells, mouthpieces, and clarinets that are ready to ship out on a moment's notice to our dealers and distributors worldwide. The final step in the Backun process, shipping and receiving. This pallet is going out to Korea, full of alpha B-flat clarinets. On behalf of Backun Musical Services, I'd like to thank all of our distributors, dealers, and artists worldwide for supporting us and helping us to make the finest clarinets in the world. Just further proof that we're reinventing the clarinet one piece at a time.